we're viewing your profile kasi and we can see kung ano yung advocacy mo. So, can we ask more about your advocacy?
My advocacy is actually to empower local communities through community-based sustainable tourism, and I have been an advocate for 3 years now.
What activities have you done specifically to achieve your advocacy?
There are actually several activities that I have participated within the last years that I have joined. So when I joined the Municipal Tourism Office, the LGU Taytay Palawan, I had the chance to talk to the local communities in Lake Mangwao, if you're familiar with Lake Mangwao in Taytay Palawan. So I joined in the process of making it a conservation area for pangolins, which is highly endangered here in the world, not only in the Philippines. And also, aside from that, we help people to stop or to advocate taking care of our biodiversity in Lake Mangwao, because the people in Lake Mangwao actually are poachers of pangolins before an NGO, which is ZSL, and the Tourism Office intervened. So when the LGU and the ZSL intervened, we had a chance to talk it out to them not to poach pangolins anymore and gave them alternative livelihood. So I was part of that process. Aside from that, I also trained as a community guide at Taytay Palawan, where we guide guests to Cuyawiyao Falls, Fort Santa Isabel or Kuta in Taytay Palawan, and also in Lake Mangwao. So since I was trained to do community guide, we also help the communities in Lake Mangwao, in Fort Santa Isabel, and in Cuyawiyao Falls, in Barangay Kataban, in Taytay Palawan, how to guide the guests so that the income coming from the guests would go directly to the local community. And the most recent is me being part of Dapat Alam Mo segment of GMA hosted by Kuya Tim Atienza. I was featured as a queen with an advocacy highlighting community-based sustainable tourism. So I was able to showcase my advocacy not only locally but also nationally. Yes.
How are you going to use your talents and skills in saving the Mother Earth?
I actually mentioned that I love performing, which means I love being on stage. And being on stage, one of those examples is being here in front of you talking about my purpose and my advocacy. And I think that would be a big part of my performance in helping to do a change.
I think when we talk about performances, this refers to your talents in dancing, talents in singing, right? If you are to write one significant lyrics or a song composition, what would be the title? And what are you going to picture in the lyrics?
That's actually a tricky question. But if I were to write a song referring to cultural aspect or preserving our culture, I would write a song entitled Atin To. Because the local communities in Taytay, let me just share with you a quick story. The local communities in Taytay are actually divided. We have Tagbanwas, we have Agutaynens, we have Bisaya, we have Cuyunon. So it is a very diverse community. And I am just saddened to see that such diversity in terms of culture and language are little by little fading away because of technology. So some Agutaynon kids are not able to speak Agutaynens, or Cuyunons not able to speak Cuyunons because they speak English or Tagalog already. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying we have to take care of our own. That's why I think I would write Atin To, and it will feature rather the different local dialects in my municipality.
You mentioned a lot of community-based sustainable tourism in Taytay, right?
Yes.
How often do you come to the place?
I actually before going back here, because as I have mentioned earlier, I worked at Taytay Palawan for a year, and that's when I did a lot of community-based sustainable tourism related activities. I went back here in Puerto Princesa 2023 to continue my study. And from then on, I always came back at least twice or thrice a year in order to visit the community-based sustainable tourism sites in Puerto Princesa. And I mean, in Taytay, Palawan. But not only that, of course, I also support the community-based sustainable tourism here in Puerto Princesa. Actually, whenever going out, I always choose to go to community-based sustainable tourism sites because one story touched me the most. The guide on 100 Caves, I believe, or the other one with the zip line. I forgot what it's called. So we went there during our feature for GMA Dapat Alam Mo, and I was able to talk to the guide, and the guide told me that the work that they had on the area or the community-based sustainable tourism site actually helped them sustain their finances and make their children finish college. So I was inspired by that, and since then, I always choose to go to community-based sustainable tourism sites here in Puerto, knowing that Puerto Princesa is actually one of the cities in the whole country to have community-based sustainable tourism sites.
Thank you. Can you please name three significant people in your locality where the CBST is located? And these three significant people are the one you are connecting to with regards to your advocacy.
We have, of course, the tourism officer of Taytay, Palawan, Sir Joey Manoliano. We also have Ms. Leia May Sanose, the board secretary of the Office of the Sanggunian. And lastly, of course, the previous mayor of Taytay, which is Christian Rodriguez, which I was able to, he let me represent Taytay, Palawan, and on Matianang, Palawan. That's why we became acquainted.
Let's go down to the level of CBST destination. Like for example, saan makikita yung isang destination na yun sa Taytay?
Oh, we actually have in Barangay Kataban, the Kuyaw Falls.
Who are the three significant people in that particular barangay that you connect?
I knew of Kapina. Aside from that, the local guides, and I forgot the names because they have many guides and we trained them to become local guides. I forgot the names of the participants. But yes, I know Kapina. And on Lake Mangwao, I know Tatay Chico, which is the head of the cooperative of Lake Mangwao. And of course, in Fort Santa Isabel, which is managed by the LGU, I know Mapalona Valdez.
Validation accepted.
Thank you so much.
Okay, no further question. Dahil pareho tayong taga-Taytay.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, candidate number 6.